Are we rolling? I think we're rolling. Guys, how is it going? All right. Hope you guys are ready to rock and roll. You ready to rock and roll, Jose?
I've been ready. I've been ready since I got here.
Look, he won't yet. He will be soon. And we are here to just answer questions. You know, first of all, I got a bunch of questions, okay, that you guys have been asking me. I've been asked, you know, and you guys let us know. And, you know, once we get back online, we'll rock and roll. We apologize.
Yeah, buffering.
You know, at the end of the day, you already know. It's just that, you know, what we provide. Oh, hello? Sorry, guys. Well, anyways, this will give time for everyone to get into their seats, you know, and that's it. I just, honestly, I forgot to pay my internet bill. And so, you know, I'm doing it now. But it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, we're buffering. I mean, I see what's going on over here, so we're just going to keep playing it by ear. All right, no big deal. Again, by the way, so for future reference, or for anyone that's watching out there or can just pop in and pop out, I am going to be editing this later on, okay? So I'm going to be uploading this at some point in the next week or two, as soon as I get time to edit it. So that way, you know, we can get an unbuffered, you know, better version, you know, a more complete, what is it? Edited version.
Yeah,
right?
version of this intro.
Yeah, as, you know, as opposed to just this live insanity. Okay, so I think we're ready to rock and roll, but like, hey,
Looks like.
Okay, so let's just get into the intro. Okay, guys, welcome back. I'm here with Jose Novelo, my really good friend, your really good friend. He is a lawyer, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, out here in Mérida, Yucatan, and he, you know, you're specializing in taxes and real estate, immigration, and what else? And just
In corporate law.
in corporate law. Okay, so that's awesome. And but anyways, at the end of the day, today we're going to be talking about immigration. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing here is I got a bunch of questions that I have been asked by you guys that you guys have been, you know, asking me, wanting to ask him. At the same time, there's been a lot of controversy over, you know, certain topics, you know, when it comes to immigration. So
Always,
right? So we're going to be covering all that. We're going to be answering all of that. And then once we're done, we're going to be taking questions from you in the audience, and we're going to be answering your questions. And, you know, as time permits, you know, we're here for a while. We got time. So let's just get into it, man. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, bro.
All right,
I'm ready.
okay. So, okay, we're going to go with question numero uno. Okay, question numero uno here is, how does someone 65 years or older, okay, with a monthly retirement check, you know, get residency?
Okay. All right. Yeah, you're starting hard. Yeah, I mean, that's a hard question because I've been asked this same question, I mean, day in, day out. All right. The first thing that pops into my head is Article 54 of the immigration law, which says, and if you can just...
I'm going to put it on screen. We're ready. We're rocking and rolling
Please.
here.
Because Article 54 of the immigration law, and this is not me, guys, because I've been
So look, real quick. Yeah. So real quick. Look, this is.
Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna put it in a link in the chat. Okay. So this is the actual law, Ley de Inmigración. Okay. And it's right there. Okay. So I'm gonna pop it in. So
You can see the the seal and all that. Yeah.
Okay. And you can see it on your leisure, and you can scroll through it. So what we did already, okay, we scrolled down, okay, and we went to Article 54 because that's the thing that we want to talk about here.
Right. So Article 54 says, basically what it says, and I don't know if you can help me translate, Jose, because it says if you apply for permanent residency, permanent.
Well, yeah, just read it in Spanish, and then we'll.
Okay, I'm going to read it in Spanish. Artículo 54. Se otorgará la condición de residente permanente al extranjero que se ubique en cualquiera de los siguientes supuestos. And from there, we go to number 3, because that's...
So what that says, translate, okay? So what that says is like, anyone, okay, will be granted the, you know, residency of a permanent residency. Okay,
yeah.
So any foreigner will be granted permanent residency if they follow one of any of these requirements, okay? So
Right.
Let's go to the requirement that's important here.
Number 3, o número 3, que sean jubilados o pensionados que reciban de un gobierno extranjero o de organismos internacionales o de empresas particulares por servicios prestados en el exterior un ingreso que les permita vivir en el país. And that's it.
And so basically, that can you translate that? Or
Sure.
Okay.
It says that if you're retired, if you have a pension, and you receive a pension from your government, or an international organism, or a particular, or a company, because of the service you provide in your country, okay, and you receive an income that allows you to live in the country, you will be granted with the permanent residency. Now, here's the trick.
No, or here's the deal. Because because remember, this is okay. Now let's back up real quick, because originally, I remember in a previous live stream or video that we did, we talked about this topic, and I mentioned that, again, I blew up the internet like a dumbass. But anyways,
I received letters. I received some letters.
So I basically mentioned, the fact that, again, anyone over 65 years or older, they don't even need, there's no limit, right? They can just, again, prove that they have enough income to support themselves, and that was enough.
That's right.
And then, oh my God, I blew up the internet because I was wrong information. But no, we're reading it right there. Okay, and so now this is what he was saying. The trick, or meaning not the trick per se, but the problem. Okay, because again, this is the law of the immigration law. Okay, and when
federal immigration law.
Okay, and so there is the consulates. Okay, that are abroad, and then there are immigration offices. Immigration offices in Mexico, and both and immigration offices and
Mexican consulates
are completely different.
Yes.
Separate entities. And so they read the law out in the consulates however they want to read it. They interpret it however they want to interpret it, correct?
Yeah. And the thing is this, the last part, it says an income that allows the person to live in the country. Now, when you go to the consulate, when you have your pension letter, and let me share a story if I may.
You may.
A few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, I met a nice gentleman. I don't know, probably he's watching or he will watch this video. I'm not going to say his name, but you know who you are, my good friend, and we will get it done because we just fixed it. So the thing is this: he went to the Mexican consulate in Canada, one of the many Mexican consulates in Canada. And to apply and to ask for his residency. He's retired. He has the letter. He even translated the letter, because I said, look, translate the letter, get it certified by a certified translator, get your bank statements translated, all right, and get them certified, and get the signature from the bank's manager. And perhaps you think I'm going crazy. No, I said that.
No, but yeah, that's what's required.
The reason I said that is because I thought, look, we're just making your file stronger, So he went to the consulate with all the documents. I mean, a solid file, and he got denied. And the reason, sorry, I'm doing this, but
no, but say it. It's okay.
The reason he got denied is because his income, he needed to make $120 more.
He was just short by $120.
$120?
So basically, again, he was making whatever he was making, but
X amount of money.
But again, he proved everything and everything and then some. But at the end of the day, they just denied him. Look, this is something that we talk about on the channel all the time, okay? As to where, and you guys have reported many times that you guys have gone to consulates in the U.S.
and got denied,
and got denied, and in Canada, and especially in Canada. My Canadian friends out there, you guys are the ones that are getting the most denied, and it's not just denied, but they're increasing the limits, or again, like this guy, where he had everything, and they say, oh, you know what? Now it's a little bit more, and they just keep changing it, and we're not going to get into all the reasons as to why that is. But
let's get to the solution.
Exactly, because the thing is that we all know it's happening, and they're making it more and more difficult for you to get your residency in a consulate outside, any consulate. Right. But guess what? Mexico, right, is making it easier. Their immigration offices here, the whole about immigration here, is making it easier. So again, the law that is a federal law. Okay, this goes across not just Mexico but abroad as well.
Mm-hmm.
But again, the consulates,
Right.
they get to interpret it how they want, and the Mexican government can't really kind of do much. Again, because everything's separate. I know it's hard for people to understand this. They come from the U.S. or Canada, where everything is centralized, but in Mexico, everything's decentralized. That means every department is a rogue enemy or a rogue entity, and they just do whatever they want. And it's as simple as that. But when they are in the confines of Mexico, meaning the immigration offices in Mexico,
That's right.
they have to follow the law. They can't just do whatever they want.
Exactly, and for that, because of course, we went through his case and how to fix it, how to get his residency, and there are ways. I mean, and the best way for him to get his residency is through the RNE program.
Okay, and so we're going to be talking about that in a second. So remember, I tell you guys all the time, there's many options for you, to get residency.
Yes,
and
sir.
one of the ones, that is the most popular one these days, the one that basically everyone's doing. And again, this person that had all the requirements, and like I'm reading in the chat, and I know a lot of you guys in the audience already meet all these requirements, and you're like, oh my God, why is my consulate denying me? Why my consulate doesn't even take an appointment? They won't even take my, my call, my this, my that, and I could go on and on. And so, but at the end of the day, Mexico has this RNE program, which used to, I read before, where it used to happen every couple years, but now it's every year, right?
Yeah,
Basically,
now it's been like that since 2021.
But now it's just
now it's a few weeks ago, a couple of months ago, not just a couple of months ago, we learned that the program will still valid for 2024, because that was one of the questions for us. Will this keep?
Yeah. So will the RNE program? So let's just get into it, okay?
Okay.
So will the RNE program be available next year?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yeah.
how and what does that mean? Explain everything about the RNE program.
Okay, the RNE program is just for prior visitors. Okay, that's it. You don't have to prove any income. The only thing that you need to prove is that you've been in Mexico between 2011 and now 2022. Because visitors from 2011 and 2022 in 2024 are eligible. If you're here, if you're in Mexico now, and you visited Mexico before 2022, you are eligible to get your residency now. All you need to do is to have an expired FMM, to have a valid passport, and go through the process.
So basically, you have to have stamps on your passport, right?
That's right.
From
2011, for 2023, from 2011 to 2021. Okay? If you have one stamp, let's say you visited Mexico in 2017, you went to Cancun and you had a great time, whatever. That stamp, now it's worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
A lot of money. Because with that stamp, you can show the immigration office that you've been here before. And the law says, and they haven't changed that, you don't need 2, 3, 4 visits, you need one stamp.
Okay.
Between 2011 and 2021 to get your residency in 2023. Now, if your first visit was in 2022, all you have to do is wait a couple of months, January 2024, and get the residency throughout the program.
Okay, so that's awesome. So basically, if you've been here since 2022?
Hey, one thing. If you visited Mexico,
No.
January 2022, you are eligible now.
Yeah, so January 2022.
January 2022. That was the limit.
Okay, so January 2022?
Yeah.
Not February.
Not February.
Okay, so from January 2022 backwards.
To 2011.
If you have one stamp, if you've
Yep.
been here
Yep.
since then, okay, or you just came here to visit once at some point within those
That's
10
right,
years,
that's right.
you already have residency. All you got to do is come to Mexico, okay, and once you're in Mexico, just apply through the RNE program, right?
Mhm.
And then you'll get your residency like that.
Yeah, you don't have to go to the consulate.
Right.
All you need to do is go to the program and prepare all your documents and go to the immigration office.
That's it. And basically, it's just like when I got married. Same documents, same kind of
Yeah.
thing. I mean, not same documents, different, marriage certificate obviously is not applicable here, but what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, it's just your passport, right, and just a
valid passport,
whatever they ask
expired FMM, filling up the forms,
money,
the immigration demographic file, and of course the funds to pay for
the fees of the government fees, so that's okay. So that's one way to do it. A very popular way to do it these days. But I'm sure I'm already going to get in the comments at some point or whatever. I don't know. I can't read them because I'm over here, it's far away. But I'll read the comments in a little bit. Okay. So just to reiterate for any new viewers, later on we're going to read and answer your questions. Okay. But the question is, what if I show up to Mexico today, which is, again, October of 2023? How can I get my residency? I can't prove financials. I can't do anything. The only thing I can do is a visa run. And by the way, I keep hearing that if I do visa runs, I'm going to get thrown in jail or deported. So can you explain everything about that, please?
No. Okay. If your first visit, and we went through this before, if your first visit is just now, October 2023, you'll have 180 days FMM, okay, which is the tourist visa, or in Spanish, forma migratoria múltiple, which allows you to do a lot of things.
Real quick, what is the FMM? What is that's not a tourist visa? Is it a tourist visa? A forma migratoria múltiple, which that translates to multiple migratory form.
Well, it's known as tourist visa, but forma migratoria múltiple meaning multiple things. You can do, if you get an FMM for 180 days and your plan is to visit Mexico for business, you can do business because that's the reason you came here. I mean, I don't have a working visa and I have a meeting, at this big office, whatever. Okay.
Yeah. So basically,
FMM.
So business, visiting family,
tourism.
Let's say a scientific research.
But for that, I mean, if you're here for religious purposes, you have a special visa or a special residency card. For if you're here for research or scientific investigation, whatever, you also get a special visa, but that's a different thing because the institution that's sending you already did all the paperwork and before you set foot here in Mexico, you'll have the card. But that's a total different story. However, if you're here just to I don't know, maybe you're just you
want to move here.
Or you just want to take pictures and make videos for your documentary, thing. Because I'm doing a documentary for Netflix.
Okay.
I don't know.
Sure. Oh, okay. Got it.
You're here, boom, boom, boom. Then you go back. That's it.
So it's not even a work visa. It's just.
It's
FMM.
just It's a forma migratoria múltiple. That's the reason. That's the name. I mean, that's what's for.
Okay. So sorry, I didn't mean to derail what he was gonna explain. So I just wanted to explain the FMM and clear it up because the whole tourist visa thing and people. Because we were talking about. I got it all written down. Thank God I got notes. But anyways, we were talking about the visa runs and how they were becoming a problem. So explain what that really means. And because by the way, I do get people that report back to me and say, "Hey, Jose, I went on my visa run thinking I was going to get 180 days and I actually got 60 days. So what's up with all that? What's going on? First of all, is it illegal? Explain everything."
Okay. So the thing is this. Let's say this is your first time here in Mexico. You'll get 180 days. Make sure, if your plan is to do this visa runs, make sure to leave before the 180 days expire. Okay. And then come back. And then you'll get 180 days. People that is getting 60 days, 30 days, 90 days is because they overstayed. Okay? And yes, you'll be allowed to come back, but again, just for 90, for 60 days, for 30 days. Also, if you fly back and forth, let's say you have 4, 5, 6, because I have a lot of clients that have been doing that for years. You know, flying back and forth and just staying here. Just one day per year, they stay in the U.S. or Canada, and 364 days of the year they're here. Sometimes what the immigration officers tell them, look, I mean, you've been flying back and forward and just spending one day in your country. I'm going to give you 30 days for you to get through the program, through the R&E program, and get your residency, and just forget about leaving and save you some money. That's the reason. That's the other reason. I mean, two reasons. One, maybe you overstayed, and next time you're here, okay, I might give you 180 days, but maybe this time I'm not in the mood, so I'm going to give you 90.
It's a little bit like a punishment, you know, basically.
Yeah.
So reason number one as to why people are not getting 180 days on a visa run, again, because they overstayed or something along the lines of that, okay?
If not, if they
or they're or again, like he said, which is somebody that has come into Mexico multiple times, you know, again, because it's someone that goes on visa runs for years, and so basically immigration will just say, hey, I'm only giving you 30 days so you can go and get your residency.
Instead of leaving, hey, I'm gonna give you 30 days. Wait for those 30 days to expire, because you've been here, I don't know, maybe multiple times since 2011. And go through the program and get your residency.
And that's it. So again, you know, there's nothing to worry about. There's so many people out there that, you know, because this is why we're doing these videos and these live streams. Remember, we have by the way, shout out to all of you new subscribers and new viewers and everyone out there. You know, we have a lot of guys, you know, out there. By the way, someone in the chat right off the bat, I'm just reading like the last message, and says, it sounds very gray. Like there's a lot of gray areas, you know, the whole thing, right? Meaning that, again, gray, what they're trying to say there is basically that it's up to the discretion of the employee.
You mean gray?
You know, like when they get the resident, you know, the 30 days on
totally. I mean,
so basically, again, it's up to the discretion of the individual immigration agent whether they're going to give you 180 or 30.
And you know what? It's not only in Mexico.
Right.
And sorry, guys. I mean, I don't want to offend anyone's
it's
nationality.
all over the world. It's all over the
world. When I go to the U.S., I have a visa to go to the U.S. But probably, maybe the next time I'm there, the custom agent will tell me, hey, you got to leave in 10 days. And okay,
that's up to them. It's up to the It happens all over the world, and in fact, there's plenty of countries around, like all over the world, and especially in like Asia, Southeast Asia, they're notorious for telling you, "Hey, by the way, I learned this because at the little side note. Remember how sometimes airlines say you have to have a return ticket? You know, you can't just fly one way. Well, the reality is that it's because of what happens, you know, because how immigration is in other countries, like in Southeast Asia, where, you know, unfortunately, you know, they can't guarantee whether you're going to be allowed into Thailand. So the airline says, hey, you know, if you're not allowed into Thailand, we got to pay your return ticket back. So that's why you got to get a return ticket. But that doesn't happen in Mexico. There's no way that they're ever going to return you.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, again, unless you're, you know, there's a big red no, hey, we don't allow this guy in. In which case, they're probably turning you into your own country, right?
That's the thing.
So, but the reality is, it's like, no, you're not.
So to answer that question, yes.
Yeah. Yes, you're not. Yeah,
kind of gray area.
Yeah. It is a gray area. Yeah, correct. And that is the thing. Okay, and that's before we move on to the next question.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing that a lot of people in the audience, unfortunately, they just don't understand about Mexico, because they come from a country like the U.S. or Canada or some European countries in which everything is this is what it is. You know, the law says this and that is what it is, and yada yada. No. Out here, it's up to the interpretation of the employee working for that agency, right?
Yes.
Okay, and that's and some people love that about Mexico. Some people hate it. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's
bad.
Yeah. Okay, so and then that's the thing, and so that's why people out there are like, oh, Jose, you know, you said this and that, and that's what it said in my consulate. I was like, yeah, but it's that, you know,
Don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
I mean, the message is right there on your screen.
Let's show everybody again. Yeah, so for all the new viewers out there, again, it's right there. Again, what is this? This is the Ley de Inmigración. Okay?
Yeah, don't shoot the messenger.
And I'm gonna provide a link again. But again, we went to Articulo 54. We went through that. Again, if you're new and you haven't seen it, you can just go back and watch it later, or check it out later. But long story short, that the law says one thing, but the people, again, it's not just with that. It's with the police, with a bunch of stuff. They get to do whatever they want. I mean, and again, it's But anyways, okay. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, enough about that.
So that was the first question?
No, that was question 2.
Okay.
Yeah, because we went. Okay, so we already answered. Again, someone 65 years or older. What are their options? For residency. So we already explained.
Then we went through the
what's going on with the consulates, and then we explained the R&E program.
Yeah.
And that's basically it, right? For someone 65 years or older, it's just R&E program.
That's for anyone.
So again, someone someone's looking to retire to Mexico. Really, it's not a bad idea to say, "Hey, come on a tourist visa."
I just got a 4-year temporary residency for a friend. Now a friend. A few months ago, he's 20 something. But he's been in Mexico since he was 18.
Okay.
I mean, flying back and forward.
Okay, so because I want to add to this, because again, there's a lot of people in the audience, and their thing is that, hey, they want to retire in Mexico. And, a lot of people like to plan everything out, and part of their planning out is like, hey, I'm going to go to the consulate and get my residency without even going to Mexico once, and get my residency, and just go to Mexico and retire.
Which is cool if you have economic solvency.
Again, even if you do have economic or financial solvency, they still can deny you.
If you're short $120,
so again,
or $50, I don't know.
But what we explained, So, but long story short,
because I was reading someone got denied
even for
53.
That's right.
Damn.
So
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
You can do whatever, bro.
Okay.
Anyways, listen. So but the question I have, to just add on to this, it's someone that is looking to retire. And they might have, they might only have like $1,500 a month, $1,500 a month, and they want to come to retire to Mexico, and the only thing they can get is a tourist visa, to come out here. Is it advisable for someone to just come out here, again, 65 or older, on a tourist visa, and then maybe do a visa run?
Okay.
Or are there other options? I mean, without ever stepping foot in Mexico.
Okay, it seems, and this is just my theory. But you can follow the patterns, okay? Since 2021, the first year of the R&E program, when it started, the immigration offices said, or the Mexican government said, okay, guys, between 2011 and 2021, if you're here with an expired FMM, we'll get you the temporary residency. And then next year, what happened? 2022, they said, okay, if you've been to Mexico between 2011 and 2021, and now in 2022 with an expired visa with one stamp, then you get the residency. And now 2023, following the same pattern, if you've been here between 2011 but now in 2022, in 2024, you are eligible for the R&E program. To me, it's very clear.
They're going to keep renewing it.
Yes, but let's say you want to retire in Mexico, and this is your first trip. Okay, if you can pay for your trip, if you can be here just for holidays, if you can come to Mexico now or before 2022 ends, do it.
So basically, your tip is that if you plan on retiring in Mexico, let's say you're retiring in 2 years, or in 1 year, or in 3 years, or in 5 years, basically just come to Mexico at some point. The sooner the better. But anyways, come to Mexico at some point to get that one stamp, because they're going to keep renewing that program. Now, we don't want to also speculate, because that's not what we do here. And we don't want to speculate and say, they're going to renew it every year. You got nothing to worry about. And then, come next year, they don't renew it. New government, right? Because there's a presidential election, a bunch of things. We never know. And they don't renew it. But guess what? again, I did some reading on my own, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but before any of this R&E program, there was already a program that would come into place in Mexico. You know, that would come into place every 2 or 3 years, in which, like, let's say you are a foreigner, U.S. citizen, Canadian citizen, and you're in Mexico, and you have a expired FMM tourist visa. You've been here, you know, whatever, and you want to get residency. Basically, there was this program that every 2 or 3 years, right, it would come into play, which is basically the R&E program.
Yeah.
And then you would just, you know, go through that program, just like the R&E program, in order to get your residency. So long story short, even if they don't renew the R&E program, it's okay. Just wait it out, and then when they announce it, hey, this is the year to get your residency, you do it, right?
Well, yeah, but now that's the reason why the R&E program is in place, because you don't have to wait. We don't know what's going to happen in 2025. We know what's going to happen in 2024. Which was just announced a couple of months ago, that the R&E program will still in place.
Yeah, basically, again, if you so you have to be here from January 2022 or before. So if you have a stamp on your passport, if you visited Mexico at any time, okay, between, again, what is it, January 2022?
Well, now, okay.
And backwards, you are automatically getting a temporary
But that's
residency.
for today. But when we get to 2024, all visitors between January and December 2022 will be eligible in 2024.
Okay. So basically, once a year is over.
Yeah, if you visited Mexico January 2022, you're eligible now.
Okay, but but at the end of the year, okay, basically the beginning of 2024, all you need is a stamp.
All visitors from 2022 are eligible.
So 2022 in February, March, April, May, June, July. Okay,
and before.
Okay, so basically January 2023.
Well, we don't know.
Okay, so not January. So just basically
Just
December.
focus on, yeah.
No, hold on.
December 2022.
No, December 31st. December 31st, 2022, and before.
Yes, we'll be eligible in January 2024.
Okay, I hope all that makes sense. Okay, but that's where we're at. And then once they renew it, it'll be the same thing. So you can kind of just, it's the same pattern. And what we were just saying, that program, the R&E thing, already existed, but it just came into play every 2 or 3 years, you know, according to the law. But because of the R&E program that they keep renewing, what they're really saying is that, hey, we're not going to wait 2 or 3 years. We're just going to do it every year because there's so many people coming into Mexico, and we want these people to get processed.
All you have to wait is 1 year from your last visit, 1 year, and then get through the program. Okay. So December 2022. Now, all visitors from December 2022 will be eligible in January 2024. I hope that makes sense.
And that's it. You know what I mean? If it doesn't make sense, let us know in the chat and we will go over it again. Okay, but that's it. Basically, the R&E program has been renewed.
Yeah, yes. Okay. Yeah. A couple of months ago, a few weeks ago, we learned that we're still in place in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, which was great news.
Okay. So next question. Okay. Now we got simple questions. Okay, or simpler. Okay. What happens if my tourist visa expires?
Okay, but that's a tricky question.
You know, FMM3. What if my FMM3 expires?
Okay, is it your first visit or you've been here?
Sure, first visit.
Okay, first visit. And your FMM expires, then you need to leave as soon as possible, pay a fine, so you don't get blocked.
How do you pay a fine? Where do you pay a fine?
You need to get a letter, explain the reason you overstayed, get to the immigration office, pay the fine, get a letter from them, and leave the country so you're good on your next trip.
Right.
You can get to the airport also. Let's say you didn't know and you just went to the airport, hey, I want to leave.
And it's like let's say it's like 3 days.
Yeah, you might lose your flight because all the paperwork, because you'll have to pay the fine, make the letter, get the letter from the immigration office that it's on at the airport, and then leave on the next flight.
So basically, if someone, let's say your visa expired, 5 days or 50 days, go to the airport early, like very early, right? And get it all done at the airport. And that's it. Just go to the immigration
pay
office.
the fine, get the letter, and then leave.
And then you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
When you come back to Mexico, no problem.
Well, yes and no. You might get lucky and get 180 days, but we said it before. Maybe you get punished,
Right. Yeah.
and get 60 or 90 days.
Okay. But basically,
It's just the flip of the coin.
okay. But basically, I mean, that's it. It's nothing crazy, right?
Oh yeah, no, yeah. You're going to jail.
Now,
You're not going to jail.
Okay. So let's say that it expired like 50 days, 3 days, whatever it is. It expired, and you don't go and pay your fine. You just leave, and you're like, I'm never going back to Mexico. And then you do go back to Mexico. What happens? Anything?
Yes.
Okay. What happens?
Okay. Let's say you leave the country without I don't know.
Taking care of it.
Yeah, driving. Let's say you drove away, and then you decide to come back to Mexico. You take a plane and come back. It's not going to be nice.
Well, but what's going to happen?
Because you'll be in the system.
Will you be allowed into Mexico?
Probably not.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that. Okay.
Probably not. Because there's an open file of you with an expired residency or FMM, sorry, with an expired FMM, no fines paid, nothing, and it's just an open file.
Interesting.
Yes, sir.
And so how can you rectify that?
Well, you'll send back to your country, and you'll have to go to the Mexican consulate nearest you. And just go through the process, which is a legal process. So that's why I do recommend,
and
before leaving the country, even though you overstayed a month to 4 months.
Well, in my case, remember, I overstayed, I think, like 6 months or a year.
Yeah, but
I took care of it.
Exactly, you didn't leave the country.
Yeah.
It got fixed.
Right. Yeah, because I took care of it, beforehand.
That's right.
So I had nothing. Again, I overstayed a long time, but I took care of it before I left.
Exactly.
And there was no problem. No problem.
That's the reason you had no problem.
Yeah.
But if you don't pay the fine or take care of that and just leave,
there's going to be a problem. It's always going to be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm pretty sure some of my Mexican friends will be watching this video, and just remember, if you went to the U.S. and
same thing.
Exactly the same.
Okay.
What happens to a Mexican just going there and overstaying with the?
Yeah, no bueno. Okay.
No bueno.
So same thing, but again,
no,
but at least in Mexico, there's an easy way to rectify
yeah.
And the thing is, it's like, I think, in retrospect, just kind of like thinking over what you're saying, I think it's more like a respect thing. Mexico's not the only country. Many countries are like this, but it's just a respect thing. Meaning, hey, you overstayed the visa. Can you just what does it come pay the fine or just don't just disappear.
Get the letter and then leave. Yeah.
And again, all that is done at the airport. Again, just go early. You know what I mean? Like 2 hours early, right? Something like that. Yeah. Okay. What else? Okay. So next question. Okay. So next question. Okay. If I got my temporary residency by proving financials. Okay. So I got my residency like 4 years ago. My temporary residency, proving financials in a consulate, and now I'm in Mexico. Do I still have to prove financials again for permanent, or again, let's just say I got temporary residency through any way,
or any program.
Yeah, whatever way. Do I have to prove financials when I now get a permanent?
No, sir.
Okay, so what are the requirements, and what do I need in order? How many years do I have to be in Mexico? How does that work?
Just to renew your residency a month before it expires.
Okay, so basically a month.
And have the card, okay? Because I had clients that lost their card and hey, I want to renew my residency. Okay, I just need your card, your valid passport. I lost my card. Damn, how to renew something you don't have?
Yeah, so you gotta get on.
So we gotta do something else. We gotta go to the police, get a letter from. It's just, well, keep the card.
Yeah.
Keep it in a safe place. fill up the paperwork, and just a month before your 4-year residency expires, just send the documents, or provide the documents that the immigration office will ask, and then you get the permanent residency, because it's also in the immigration law. After 4 years of having a temporary residency, then immediately you get the permanent residency. It doesn't say that you need to prove solvency, doesn't say that you need to prove that you live in Mexico, nothing. The thing is this: once you get the permanent residency, permanent and temporary residency, now you don't have to stay here 365 year round. You can just leave, you can fly back and forward.
So basically, I mean, long story short, I mean, we got okay, you just got to prove residency, meaning an address.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah,
That's right.
You don't have to prove that you're in the country.
That's right.
Okay. So it's easy, actually. It's not a big deal. In fact, like you said,
Just
it's automatic. Yeah.
4 years of temporary residency.
Yeah, so basically, okay.
A month before your temporary residency expires, just make sure to fill up the paperwork. And
make the appointment, fill out the paperwork, do all
that's
that,
it.
because that takes a long time. So
But
just...
to answer your question, you don't have to show economic solvency anymore.
Yeah, and like you said, which I didn't know, it's automatic. Basically, it's like, it just out of there's no, you can't get 8 years temporary, right?
No,
basically,
no.
after 4 years, it's permanent, and that's it.
That's right.
Interesting. I didn't
Well,
know.
and listen to this. I have a client that she got her temporary residency 2 years ago, and during that period of time, she got married to a Mexican. So now, instead of waiting for the other 2 years to get the permanent residency, now she's getting the permanent because she's married to a Mexican.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, 2 years.
Interesting. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
That just a tip. If you want to marry a Mexican.
Yeah, marry. I mean, because I talk about it a lot. I mean, but that is a thing. A lot of people just.
But marry because you love it.
Exactly. Same. That's why I got married. And a lot of people, out there get married. And there's many ways in which people get residency, especially like if you got family that are Mexican. Oh my God, there's so many people that are in the U.S. or born in the U.S. and they got like family heritage from Mexico. In fact, how far back? Is it like your grandparents? Can it be your grandparents?
Two lines. Father.
Great grandparents.
Yeah.
Oh no. Grandparents.
Father's grandparents.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, if your grandparents were born in Mexico, but you were born in the U.S.
Hey, but you know what? It's good that you said that, because I've been receiving a lot of emails saying, "Hey, my grandparent was born in Mexico, but I don't have." Can I say?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want. Yeah.
Okay, but I don't have shit.
Yeah, no paperwork.
I don't have any paper. I don't know his name. Okay.
No, what the
Cool. Can I do a DNA test? No.
No.
Yeah, no. Sorry, guys. I mean, we need the birth certificate. We need the marriage certificate. I mean, we need to link your granddad or grandmom to you.
Right.
And the only way to do that is through documents.
Right. And by the way, if you do have that lineage, or what is it, not lineage, but if you have that proof, or hey, I know my great grandparents, I know Papa, was it Grandpa Antonio, whatever, Anyways, it's very easy to prove, because again, if you know, all you got to do is go to ¿cómo se dice?
Registro civil.
Yeah, el registro civil, which is a civil registry. Again, you go with your, to the civil registry, and you just ask for that paperwork. Again, you got to prove to the government that you are their family. And that's it. It's very easy. It's not.
That's the way to link you with your granddad, your grandmom, or your mom.
I mean, the way to do it is through those documents, which are birth certificates and marriage licenses and all that. Right. So again, you'll have a birth certificate that is linked to your parents' marriage license, and then those parents, their parents, paperwork, and that's it. It's not. Mm-hmm. But it's just paperwork, but you can easily get it, no problem.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. Okay, next question. This is a bit of a difficult question, okay? But this is going to be the last question, and then from here we're going to start answering the questions in the audience. And so let's just get into it. Okay, last question. How can I nationalize my car after getting permanent residency? because that's a very, very difficult thing. Before you answer, I want to get into this real quick. There's a lot of people out there that drive their car out to Mexico, and they get their temporary residency, and their car is in a temporary import permit, which is the tip. And they're driving around, everything's all great, but now they love Mexico, they want to stay in Mexico, and they want to get their permanent residency, and they also, their car loves Mexico too, and they want to stay too. But then that's a problem.
Well, here's the thing. If you're willing to pay for the importation tax, because there's a thing called importación definitiva or definite importation.
Correct.
You'll have to pay the tax for that, and the tax will be based on the blue book. The blue book. That's what
the blue book value of the car.
Right. That's what the insurance companies use. So they will value your car. You will have to pay the tax to import, even though the car is here. But that's just the definite importation of your car, so you can get Mexican plates. Okay. So if you want to go through that, that's the way to do it. Pay the tax. Get the plates. I think that the worst part is paying the tax.
Yeah, the tax. Yeah, that's why most people don't do it, because it's like the Kelly Blue Book. What man?
Blue Book. Yeah.
Blue Book. See, he speaks better than me. Anyways, value of the car, and like if you have a newer car or expensive car, that's where it gets back.
And the thing is.
And even if you have a car like mine, I got a 1988 Ram, whatever. But again, it depends on many factors. Some people can value it at $2,000, another $20,000.
What I would recommend is just before you get the permanent residency, just send your car back and buy a car here in Mexico.
Yeah, because again, we talked about this off air just to kind of make sure. But anyways, because you can't even sell it in Mexico.
Oh no, because it doesn't have Mexican plates.
Yeah, so even if you want to sell it in Mexico, you have to nationalize it. You have to do that, and then pay all that money.
That's right.
And then
if you want to, let's say you decide to pay the importation tax. You'll need the original invoices on your car.
Okay.
And sometimes
you can get those.
Yeah.
Because it's not the original paperwork, not the original the invoices, from the dealership or whatever. The dealership, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but again, how things work with cars out here are very different as well. So long story short, his advice is, again, if you're thinking about bringing your car and nationalizing it.
Well, if it's a nice car, I mean.
And you got money and you're rich.
Yeah.
Right? Just speaking the truth, man.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Then do it.
Then do it.
But otherwise,
just leave your car, because you can find a nice car here, probably cheaper.
Yeah. So basically, long story short, get rid of it and get a new car, because it's just too much. It's going to cost you too much money. And so, like, for example, let's say some people out there that already are out here on their temporary residency, they're moving, whatever, they got their car, they're already stuck in that situation. Your option is, your recommendation would be to take it back to the U.S., sell it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Sell it and
then buy a new car.
Get the money and buy a new car here.
Yeah, because it's not worth paying the tax, because you can just buy a new car.
And the thing is this, send the car back, sell it, because you'll have a residency, temporary or permanent residency, and with that you can register a car in your name.
Yeah.
That's all you need. A residency.
Yeah, temporary.
Temporary
because they can't get permanent, because they can't drive the car back.
No.
Oh, can?
Yeah. Send the car back, sell it. All right, and then with that money, you can buy a car. If you have a residency, you can buy a car and put it in your name.
Right. Like I did, So yeah. So okay, so that's it, guys. We already answered all the questions. So now what we're gonna do?
Thank you, guys.
No. We got way more.
Oh,
we got
okay.
we got 100 more questions, bro. Anyway, so I don't get the sound effects. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna ask questions. By the way, I'm gonna ask the questions.
Send your love.
By the way, yeah, send your love. By the way, meaning thank you for all the thumbs ups. Thank you
guys,
for all the
thank you
super
guys.
chats. I saw a few super chats there. Thank you for all the love. Okay, so thank you so much. If you appreciate this content, you already know. Subscribe, like, share with your friends, share with your enemies.
You know what, Jose? It is always a pleasure to share with your audience. I always said that to the people that reach out, that sends emails. It's always a pleasure to be here to chat with you guys. It's
it's fun.
And thank you for the invitation, bro.
Oh, anytime. Are you kidding me? These people, everyone out there in the audience was waiting for you. They were so sad that he had a lawyer emergency last week.
Sorry guys.
But everybody was waiting out there. So let's just get into it. Let's get into the questions. So look, I'm going to answer the questions as I see them. So if there's a question that you asked at some point,
I'm just going to answer 100 questions. That's it.
Okay, only 100. So after 100, we got to go. But anyways, if I haven't seen your question, ask it again until I get to it, okay? Please. All right, so let's go next one.
Okay, let's start reading.
Let's see. Questions.
Oh, Nicole's there.
Who's that? Oh, hey.
I'm
Shout out to
sending my love to Nicole.
Awesome. Shout out to Nicole.
Love you.
Shout out to everyone out there, everyone in the audience. Okay, let's see. Do we have questions? I know we have questions.
She's so nice, man. She's so nice.
Awesome. Hi, Nicole. I don't know you. I don't know if I know you. Maybe I don't think I do. But anyways, if I do, okay. Hi. Sorry. Let me see. Man, I guess we answered a lot of questions.
Looks like.
Hold on. We don't see any questions. I'm scrolling up.
Pure love. Yeah, that's pure love.
Yeah. The Alpha Male says, is there a particular immigration office you recommend in order to quickly get your temporary residency? Which ones work the fastest? I mean, they're all the same, right?
Okay. I know the south of Mexico. I mean, I know Cancun, Playa del Carmen. I know Campeche, and I know the Mérida offices.
Yeah, Yucatan. But that's it.
Hands down, Yucatan.
Okay,
Hands down. I mean, you'll get your card the same day.
Okay. Yeah, because I got mine pretty fast as well, and I got mine during the pandemic, the fundemic.
Sometimes in Cancun, it could take like probably 2-3 days, perhaps a week. Campeche,
wow.
Yeah, Campeche 2 weeks. I don't know the north of Mexico. What I do know is that Mexico City, they will ask you to come back in sometimes 3-4 days because that office is packed.
So super saturated, super busy.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, out here, I got my thing in the
But
same
hey,
day.
who asked Alpha Male? If you can come to Mérida, I'll be honored to assist you, bro.
Yeah, there you go. You know what I mean, and just get it done here quickly, easily. Okay, next one. Let's see. Visit his cousin. No questions. Can my husband? Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah. I get questions a lot about like work and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So someone says, basically, can my husband use his Colorado professional license in Mexico? Well, first of all, professional license on what?
About what? Yeah.
It depends. I think if it's a medical license and you need a Mexican accreditation.
Attorney, architect, engineer, doctor. No.
Yeah,
You'll have to. It's I don't know the word in English.
Accredited. You need to get accredited.
Yeah, accredited. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Meaning you got to do you got to pass some sort of equivalency test in order to make sure, right?
And for example, just a few weeks ago, a client of mine asked me, "Hey, I do have a realtor's license in the U.S. Can I practice real estate? Can I sell real estate in Mexico?" And I said, "Look, yes, but now since September 2022, yeah." 22, yeah. There's this new law. It's called NOM 247, or you can just Google it, NOM 247. The real estate business in Mexico, it's getting now to become a realtor or to sell real estate in Mexico. Now you have to be licensed like in the U.S. and that's the reason behind that.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes,
Interesting.
sir.
Also now, so be careful out there because remember, there's a lot of scams when it comes to real estate.
Yes.
By the way, we're not going to be talking too much about real estate today unless you guys ask us something. But we've done videos on real estate as well. That's his specialty of taxes.
And guess who's licensed?
Yeah, you're licensed. Yeah,
Yes.
obviously. Yeah. him and the people that work with him.
Yeah, because you know what, you need to follow the rules, and that's fine. I mean,
because
you know what, I think it's good.
Oh no, I totally agree because this place was again a shit show,
Totally.
Part of my language, but in the sense of like anybody can say they were a realtor, and you would look, for example, you know what I mean? Like I got a house across the street that's up for sale, and like anybody technically can sell it.
Yeah.
And so what a lot of people do is they'll take pictures, they'll put it on Facebook, and people will ask them, and so like for example, like let's say the house is
knowing anything about
Yeah, they don't know anything about real estate and all this other stuff. But like for example, let's say the house is being sold for $1 million. Well, they will try to sell it for $2 million, and then and then once they sell it for $2 million, they'll go to the owner, right? And they'll be like, "Hey, guess what? I just sold your house." And
now you have to pay this much in taxes.
Right.
But let's forget about that. It's not.
So,
it's not today's.
No, but long story short, that's a very thing. That's a very important thing. Right now, you have to be licensed to do real estate. So if you're not, if anyone out there is doing any kind of real estate,
and guys, I don't know who's maybe you want to buy a property in Mexico. Your audience wants to buy a property in Mexico. Just make sure. Just ask your realtor if they're licensed, because now it's mandatory.
Right.
And ask them, hey, do you happen to have this license throughout the NOM 247? That's the name.
Okay, so I put it in the chat. NOM 247. Okay.
If not, then just leave.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Do you have a real estate license or not? That's as simple as that.
Simple as that.
I did not know that. That's great to know. Yeah, because look, man, there's certain things like if you're gonna be a doctor, you should have some sort of accreditation if you're gonna sell real estate and do it.
Right.
Because, by the way, it's very complicated out here. Way more complicated than it is in the U.S. To do all the paperwork, real estate, all this other stuff. It's crazy. But yeah, you know what I mean. You got to make sure you know what you're doing because there's so many people that get scammed out there all the time. And I'm talking about Mexicans as well. I'm not talking about just like foreigners or expats. I'm not talking about you guys as everybody. Everybody gets scammed all the time. So I'm glad that they put that into effect.
Totally.
It's fairly recent because it's been like a year maybe, right? Just 1 year that's been
September
in effect.
2022. Yeah, it was published in September 2022.
Wow, interesting.
You can just Google it and you'll find it there.
Oh, look, Alpha Mel sent $2. Shout out to you. Thank you very much. He says, how do we reach you or help for help on residency? Let me see. Is the info here? Yeah, okay, I have it here. It's in the description of this video. I'm going to see if I can post it here because sometimes it won't let me post a full email. Okay. So there. Okay. So that's his email. Okay. But the info is also in the description of the video, so you can just reach out directly to him, and he can help you out with your residency. So Alpha Mel says thank you. For answering the question.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Next question. Joe Peach says, I won't be moving to Mexico, but if I had $50,000 to invest in Mexico, what might be a few good things to look into? Go ahead. You can answer that while I look for another question.
Okay.
Shout out to Joe Peach.
Joe Peach, okay. So you want to invest $50K? I don't know. I might have to talk to you because I need to hear what's on your mind.
No, I think it's just like, meaning if you had $50,000 to invest, what would you invest it in?
Oh, if I had 50.
Yeah, just look at the question like that. That might be probably easy.
Oh, okay. If I had $50K to invest, I might have. I might buy a couple of houses, like.
A couple of houses.
Yeah.
For $50,000, really?
Yeah, and then renew it.
Remodel.
Remodel. Sorry, yeah, remodel, and just maybe sell one and the other one I will rent it.
Wow.
That's what I would do.
And how much would it be costing to remodel those homes?
Depending on the area. With $50K, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not that much.
Yeah.
But maybe I would buy a couple of houses in the south, and remodel those houses for 10 grand. So each house for maybe less than $20,000. You know what I'm talking about.
And then just and then just with time, build it. Meaning you might go over your budget, but meaning it's like, hey, 50K, I buy 2 homes, and then with time I remodel.
Like small homes, don't think about a castle.
No.
Because sometimes I get people, hey, I want to buy a house on the north, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathrooms with a swimming pool and a nice yard for $100,000.
No, it's $400,000.
It's not gonna happen.
It's like $400,000.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
Okay.
So I hope I answered that question.
1,000,000%. Okay, so let's see. No, thank you guys. Thank you for the super chats. Let's see what documents are needed to get regulatory program. I guess you mean the RNE, the regulatory program. That's their RNE program. Okay, so what documents do you need for the RNE program?
Okay, a valid passport, stamps on your passport for prior visits to the country, of course, between 2011 and 2021, or now 2022 if you're doing this in 2024, and an expired FMM. That's what you need.
That's it?
Well, the everything else, if you hire my services, we'll take care of that. But if not, then you need the immigration demographic file. You need the residency forms. You need the protection of private information document. And that's it, because you don't need a legal representation.
Okay, and then pay the fees of the bank and
of
all
course.
that shit. Okay, but really, all you really need is your passport, expired FMM,
and the stamps between 2011 and 2022. 2021. So because if I said 2022, then I came November.
So as of today, 2021.
Yes.
Okay, but as of January of next year, 2022.
Yes.
So, but that's it. Again, that's all you need. You don't need any apostilled documents, correct?
No, nothing.
Again, if you're getting married, you need apostilled documents. If you're getting maybe residency through family, you might need it or no? Tampoco?
No. Well, yes. But you need the birth certificate or a marriage certificate translated to Spanish and certified. Okay, translated by a certified translator.
In Mexico?
No, in the U.S.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or Canada, whatever. A certified translator must translate your document, get it stamped, get it signed, and then get the apostille.
Then you get the
because if you don't translate it, it's not good.
Oh, so you got to get translated first and then the apostille.
Yes.
Okay, but long story short, every single way that you get residency, again, whether it's through marriage or family or RNE program, requires different requirements. And the easiest one is the RNE, because they're just basically asking you for your passport.
That's right.
A stamp, meaning, hey,
have you been an expired FMM.
Yeah, meaning that's it. Have you been here before? Great, good. Here's your residency. Thank you very much. Bye. All right.
That's right.
Okay, let's see more questions. Let's see. Okay, I think there was some questions. Oh, and shout out to Bill Dallas for the 20 Mexican pesos.
Thanks, Bill.
And shout out to Joe Peach for the $5.
Joe Peach.
With 100 pesos, right? Okay. Let me see. Those are the questions I just saw. Oh, okay, there we go. I was born in Mexico, but I am a U.S. citizen and resident. Okay, so U.S. citizen. I have a Mexican birth certificate. So what do I need to get my INE?
Cool. Nice question. Who is it?
Oh, shout out to OEO.
Okay, 1977. All right. Easy. That's an easy one.
Yeah, because they already got the Mexican birth certificate.
Exactly. If you have the birth certificate, you have a CURP or CURP. Just with your name, okay? Perhaps you have the CURP already, okay?
But let's just say he just has a birth certificate.
Okay, then download your CURP, which is spelled CURP, okay?
Yeah, I'll write it down in the chat.
And come to Mexico, and maybe I don't know, maybe you're renting a house, or maybe you have family here. Just get the electricity bill or water bill. You need an address, okay? But the original document of the electricity bill, it doesn't have to be in your name. And with the birth certificate, you can even show your U.S. passport, okay? You will use it just to identify yourself. It doesn't mean that they will give you a U.S. in it. No, it's just to identify yourself with the birth certificate, the CURP, the house bill or the electricity bill, and the passport just in case. That's it. That's all you need. Just make sure to get an appointment. You can go to the website of INE to get the appointment, send the documents, and that's it.
So not el registro civil.
No.
Okay, so if you already get your
because he has or
Right.
she has the birth certificate.
Okay, so if you get your birth
That's what you
certificate, if you got your birth certificate, just basically, like I said, make an appointment with the INE office, and that's it. You
bring
get
your
INE.
CURP and an address.
And again, your CURP you download from the Mexican government website.
But it has to be at the INE office because they will take your pictures, fingerprints, and all that.
Okay, so you'll get your CURP there.
No,
you download the
You
CURP.
have to download it before you get
From
the
the
appointment.
Mexican government website.
Yes.
And then you
and
take-
that website. It's called Renapo, RNEAPO. Just go there, and with your information, with your date of birth, your full name, your parents' name, you'll be able to download the
CURP.
The CURP.
Okay, and so you need your CURP, you need your Mexican birth certificate,
And an address.
and then just a CFE bill. So just that's it. And then the CFE bill
For
doesn't
the
have
address.
doesn't have to be in your name. You take all that and you got it.
That's
now
right.
let's just say that you don't have your Mexican birth certificate. What you need to do is then you go to the registro civil, right?
of the place you were born. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let's say you were born in Zacatecas. You gotta go there.
You gotta go there or ask someone in Zacatecas to go to that office with your full name, the date of birth, and the name of your parents, and then they can get a birth certificate.
Oh, really? You don't need any special paperwork. Someone can get it for you.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so anyone can just get that paperwork, and then that's it. And then once you have that, then you get your INE.
That's right.
Okay.
Hope that helps.
Yeah. That's great. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna scroll down again. Let me see. Any more questions? Okay. Rash says, "Can I apply for retirement visa if I have never visited before? I'm applying from Australia."
Yes, if you're retired and if you have a letter from the government, as we said before, if you have a letter from from your government saying that you're retired and you receive a pension and you have X amount of money, monthly income as retired, yes, you can get the residency even without being in Mexico before. But again.
We explained this earlier. So Raj,
that depends on the consulate.
right. So Raj, we went into extreme detail earlier in the show, and we explained all of that with extreme detail. Okay, not just that, what your option is in Australia, but what all your options are. Okay, so but yes, we answered that. We're trying to make it short, but I know it's going to get long again. So let's just okay, move on to the next question. Michael Cohen says, "What if I cannot make it back in time to Mexico to renew my temporary residency? How long after the expiration date do I have to renew it?"
Well,
That's a great question.
yeah, it is, and well, if let's say you had a temporary residency in 2013, because this happened to me a few months ago. 2013, you had a residency, but then you decided not to come back to Mexico. Throughout the RNA program, you can get the 4 years again.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so
And we just did it. We just did it.
Okay. So basically, if you already were a temporary residency and it expired, when you come back, you'll be able to get it again because you already, you know what I mean? You with the temporary residency, that's more than enough stamps to prove, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So again, just through the RNE program, you qualify. No
Because
problem.
if you had a residency card, you'll be in the system. But because you didn't overstate, but you didn't renew it, you are also eligible for the RNE program.
Awesome. Oh, great. That's great.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
And as I said, we just did it a couple of months ago.
Yay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, OEO, the one that was asking about the INE.
Cool. Thanks.
$10 super chat. Shout out to you.
Awesome.
By the way, I don't have the sound effects today, so please, just pretend in your mind, okay? Because I usually have sound effects. Thank you, OEO, for the $10 super chat. Okay, next question. Didi says, can Jose help me renew my temporary visa if I got it in Sonora? Yeah, right.
Yeah. If you come to Merida, for sure.
Okay, so you got to come to Merida.
It will be very expensive for you to pay me to go to Sonora. I would love to though, but
Yeah. So yeah, if you're in Merida, he got you. No
for
worry.
sure.
Okay.
For sure.
He goes, gentlemen, posting my question again. Okay, thank you. Sorry if we missed it earlier. Is it true that foreigners can't buy property within 50 kilometers of the coast? But to get around this, we need to set up a trust, a bank, or a business. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of add a little bit more to that. So basically, it's like this. And again, he's gonna answer the question, okay? But if you know what, you answer the fucking question. So basically, what he's saying is like this: is it true? Okay, can he buy a property within 50 kilometers or not? Because again,
From the coast.
Because people say that you cannot, but we say, you say, that you can, but not through a bank trust, through a corporation.
Yes. Okay. There are two ways to purchase property in Mexico within the 50 kilometers. It's called the restricted zone. Okay, 50 kilometers from the coast, foreigners cannot purchase property in their name. The only way to do that is through a bank trust, or in Spanish, fideicomiso, or to set up a Mexican corporation with you and, I don't know, wife, husband, your dad, your mom, someone of your trust, okay? Because in Mexico, we need a minimum of 2 shareholders to set up a Mexican corporation. You set up a Mexican corporation, you can buy that property and also put it into business. I mean, buy the property to live, and then, I don't know, maybe you decide to rent it for a couple of months, then you're doing a business. If your plan is to come here and live in that house and not rent it,
Just live in it.
Just live in the house, then you should set up a fideicomiso or a bank trust. But yeah, that is true. That is completely true.
So long story short, you know what I mean? Can somebody buy a home within the 50 kilometers?
If it's a foreigner, no. In their name, no. You need to set up a trust, fideicomiso, or Mexican corporation.
And that's it. Mm-hmm. Okay, but if you are, again, you're a foreigner and you want to buy property outside of the 50 kilometers.
Oh, yes, you can.
No problem. You don't need anything. You can just buy it out straight up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have clients that just purchase a nice piece of land. I think they're in 60 kilometers from the coast. That we're good.
Okay, so long story short, because there's plenty of people that buy homes, plenty of foreigners,
That's right.
okay? And that's a fideicomiso. Okay, got it.
That's
cool.
right.
Okay.
That's right.
And the fideicomiso is the bank trust. Okay, and more questions. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, shout out to Dominic with the $20 super chat. Thank you.
Hey, Dominic, nice to hear from you, bro.
Oh, awesome. Oh, you know Dominic?
Yeah, I've been chatting with him.
Awesome. Okay, so Dominic says, I see, good evening, Jose and Jose. Love you guys. Oh, we love you too, brother. Jose and Miguel, I will be contacting you tomorrow to discuss some things. Awesome.
All right.
And set up
Cool.
set up a video call.
Yeah.
He also does one-on-one conversation, or was it one-on-one video calls, consultations, just like I do. Okay. Okay, next question. Bill Dallas Lewis says, second post. My friend has a permanent visa here in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
His Mexican wife is mad at him and she says that she's going to have him deported. Can she do that? That's a great question, Bill.
What the hell? Bill Dallas Lewis.
No.
Dude. Well, if she's mad at him, no. I mean, if
No.
if your friend just did something crazy, and I'm not saying he did, but if he hurt her in some way, something that has to just become legal. Not just I don't like you. I just hate you.
Domestic violence or something.
If that's the case, then watch out.
Oh, so you could get deported.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because now it becomes a legal matter.
Okay.
You know, and the residency can get canceled.
Interesting.
Yeah. For that, yeah.
Okay.
But if she's just now you're just drinking a lot and whatever.
If it's just a regular divorce, then no.
Yeah.
You know, but if there's any kind of crime committed, then yes.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. That's a great question.
Yeah,
because I didn't know that at all either. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so watch out, bro.
Yeah, I gotta watch out. Yeah. Before you know it, I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? I'm here from, I'm in Uruguay or I'm in fucking,
just joking.
Anywhere else,
Hope I answered the question, Bill.
This is a great question. There's another great question. Michelle S. asks, can you apply for a home loan from a Mexican bank?
Okay. There is just still gossip that now you'll be able to get a loan, a mortgage from one Mexican bank to buy your house as a foreigner, but still it's just gossip. This was, this was true. I mean, you could back in the days. I mean, BBVA, Scotiabank, you name it. But then some things happened, and they decided not to give mortgages to foreigners because what happened was they just gave the loan. And sometimes that particular client just disappeared, and then it was a problem. So my answer to your question is no at this point. It's just gossip.
Well, now let me add to that a little bit. So I've been living in Mexico for a while now, and I've been building my credit, with the bank.
Oh, yeah.
So for me, for example,
it takes like
as a
2
foreigner,
years,
but me as a foreigner with building credit, building a relationship with the bank,
that's right.
I can go to the bank and ask for a loan
because I already personal loan.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, not a home loan, just a personal loan.
Personal.
But I can use it for the house.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, there's a difference between personal loan and mortgage. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that it's clear.
Interesting. So even if I have a history with the bank and everything.
But a personal loan, yes, you can get.
But not a home loan. I gotta be a citizen.
Not a mortgage.
Interesting.
Not a mortgage.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's a great question. Yeah. Greg, thank you. Shout out to Greg out there in the audience.
Okay, guys, I think one more, and there were...
Okay, one more question? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, I think, let me see. Well, we got this question, but I don't know. It says, is it the same? Well, I got two more questions on it.
Okay.
Because someone's asking me about SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance. I think I already answered this before in another video. But can a person move to Mexico with that income? I don't look. There's SSI, SSDI. I don't know which one. Look on my channel. Find the video on that where I answer it. One of those you can, just like retirement income. You can move to Mexico with that, and another one you can't. You have to only do it in the U.S. All right, we got another question. Hat Power says, well, one YouTuber mentioned that if you are 65 in Mexico, and it has no financial requirements as long as... By the way, I was that YouTuber. We already covered that earlier in the show. So go back to the beginning of the show, and we talked about the 65 years or older. We cleared all that up. I was a YouTuber that mentioned that, and we were the ones that talked about it. But long story short, we talked about this earlier on at the beginning of the show, and you can just go back to that. By the way, this is a live stream. We're just here live, and we try to do our best. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can edit this down and then try to re-upload it, with, just to make it easier for you guys to digest in the future. Because, the live stream is a live stream. Anything can happen. Yeah. It's just like at the beginning of the show. Remember, we barely went on, buffering for like an hour. Okay. And, we're just going to go with the last question, okay, with Nicole, okay? Or two more questions. Two more? Yes.
Okay.
Two more. Yeah, two more. That's it. We're gonna cut it. Okay. One that says, does your retirement have to be received a certain amount in order? No, we already covered that earlier. Sorry, Wanda, just go back to the beginning of the show we asked. Okay, next question. Nicole says, if you have a stamp in 2023, is it possible to proceed for the program in 2024, or do you have to wait a year? You gotta wait a year.
Yeah, you'll have to wait a year, Nicole. I mean, that's what's been happening since 2021. For 2021, if you had a prior visit between 2011 and 2020, then yeah, 2021 was your year, and it's been like that since. I mean, if you visited Mexico between 2011 and 2021, then you're eligible the next. I mean, not the next year, but in 2023. It's like, for example, now. I mean, 2023 today, we're just processing residencies from visitors between 2011 and 2021. In 2024, the visitors or people that visit Mexico in 2022 will be eligible. So yeah, you'll have to wait.
And again, we talked about this earlier in the show. We went deeper into detail with that. But long story short, they're probably going to keep renewing the program, and even if they don't, for whatever reason, there's already a program which is law, which says that every few years they do something like this anyway, in order to just make sure that everyone that's in Mexico without any kind of paperwork or expired visa or whatever, so everybody can get regularized and get their residency, and that's it. And that's as simple as that. So long story short, like I've said a billion times on the show, okay, and again, this is why we have Jose Novelo, an actual lawyer, a Mexican lawyer, okay, not an American citizen or an American, YouTuber saying this or that or whatever. No, what the hell do they know? He knows. He studied law. It's difficult, okay? The Mexican bar is just as difficult as a U.S. bar. But anyways,
and you know what, and this is the thing. I mean, thank you for those beautiful words. But the thing is this: I've been doing this for many years, and I do this on a daily basis.
Right.
So I know what's happening inside the immigration office. I know how to
everything.
Yeah, exactly. So that's
so so you're telling me that a retired ex-policeman from the U.S. doesn't know more than you? You're telling me that? Because I know they're out there.
No, he doesn't.
Shout out to you out there. I know you're out there. But anyways, look, I don't want to get into it. Long story short, that's why I have him on here.
And you know what? To that end, you can contact me and I can.
That's right. Yeah, for any of these YouTubers that still got, just please contact them.
And you know what? I will share the information with you guys.
That's right.
So what you share is.
You'll explain it to them just the same, okay? But long story short, at the end of the day, that's why I have him on, so he can really explain everything. And again, to really put your, mind at ease. That again, if you want to migrate to Mexico, and you want to live here, listen, Mexico will make it happen, okay? It's not that big of a deal. Again, it's unfortunately, we come from our own countries, the U.S. and Canada, and we're filled with fear, it's a different world, and Mexico's not like that at all, at all, it's another thing, and so, basically, if you really want to live here, and you're a good person, listen, Mexico will be more than happy to have you here. That's it. That's all you need to know. And again, how you get to your residency, it's up to you. There's a million ways to get through it. And we just discussed a bunch of ways, but there's even more ways that we haven't even talked about yet. Okay? But again, if you want to be here, you can be here. Stop sweating it. Stop going crazy. Again, yes, do your due diligence. Yes, do your homework. Yes, prepare as much as you can. But come on, at the end of the day, stop looking for excuses and just make it happen, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And that's it. And again, just because the consulate isn't participating or other entities outside of Mexico are not participating, that's not Mexico. Mexico's Mexico. Okay, right? And there's a big difference, right, between a consulate or other people, outside of Mexico, as opposed to what goes on in this country.
That's right.
It. And I think we're going to end it with that, guys. So, all right, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks you so much for, again, hanging out with me for over an hour, hanging out with Jose. And, I'm glad that we were able to answer your questions. I really hope that we were able to help you out. And, again, if you need more help, let's say you want to book a one-on-one video consultation with me so I can answer all other questions, or you want to book one with him, talk to him, again, about anything, not just immigration, real estate, taxes. So many people have so many questions about taxes. Can I just ask one more question?
Damn.
One last question about
Okay.
taxes. About yeah, but long story short, who has to pay taxes in Mexico?
Okay.
You know, as a foreigner, really. I mean, really, who?
If you're a foreigner and you have a residency and you're doing business, listen, business, and you have a Mexican bank account and you're receiving money in Mexico because of your business, then you have to pay taxes.
That's it.
That's it.
So if I'm retired with a retirement check, do I got to pay taxes?
Of course not, because you're paying taxes in the U.S. or Canada. Because every time you get your check, you'll get your check in a U.S. account. And guess who will ask for those taxes?
That's right.
Guess who?
So that's it. You know what I mean? So outside of you in the audience making money in Mexico, you got nothing to worry about. Once you start making money in Mexico, like money, okay, then you talk to him and he'll help you out with all your taxes. Because by the way, they're complicated and they suck, right? Yeah.
That's why I have a master's degree in taxes.
That's the reason
why.
So, and I think, okay, that's it. We'll leave it there.
Guys, thank you so much.
Okay,
hey,
yeah.
Just one thing. I was reading through the messages and Scooby Dad Dog.
Yeah, Scooby. Shout out to Scooby.
Scooby. Hey, thanks for because they. I don't know, she or he.
I think it's a she. Yeah.
It's a she. Okay. She mentioned my ACDC
Okay.
T-shirt. Thank you for that. And yes, I'm a certified attorney with a master's degree in taxes, with all the freaking certifications that I can get. Yes, wearing an ACD
That's
T-shirt.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
That's right.
Thank you for noticing.
That's how we do here, okay? And this is why he's my homie. By the way, again, for some people don't know the story, but you know how we met was just friendship. You know, what I mean, we became friends, and then I happened to figure, you know, when we were talking, hey, what do you do? Oh, I'm a lawyer. It's like, oh, really? Great. I got a problem. Can you help me? You know, and that's it. That's how we became friends, and then that's it. So we're actually friends, and then we're just helping you guys out, just like I do on my channel with everything. Okay, he's part of it, and we're all here to help each other out. So that's it. With that being said, guys, you already know the deal. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share, please hit the bell icon, but more importantly than anything else, please stay awesome. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. All right. Now I gotta actually end the video. It's not a video. I gotta push the buttons here.